So today we are going to discuss another object-oriented design pattern. So when I first developed this tennis complex application, so it was very simple at that time. There was one member. The member will do a booking using one mode of payment for one code. So it was a very simple system to begin with. A member, one kind of member, there was only one type of member. We'll do a booking for one code via one kind of payment, that is cash payment, right? As you saw in the last video, when we discussed strategy pattern, we introduced multiple ways of payment, card payment, net banking and all that. So this part we deliberated upon. Director of the tennis club, we had a discussion, we had a meeting, and he told me that they don't have just simple members, they have types of members. So they have lifetime member, they have annual members, and then those who are not lifetime or annual members are temporary members. So they wanted us to develop this functionality in the book and play application for tennis complex, right? So now the member class became abstract class because there was no simple member, right? A member had methods like register, notify. Now there were specific types of members, that is lifetime, annual member, and a temporary member. So lifetime members were having membership duration of 60 years, annual members for 1 year, and temporary members were just for single booking, like there was no duration, membership duration. They had different discounts. Annual members will have 50% off on regular tennis court booking. Lifetime members will have 90% off. They just had to pay 10% of the booking charges for normal tennis court booking. Obviously, there will be some lifetime membership fee. There will be some annual membership fee. There will be some annual membership fee, right? So those kind of things. So they were different from each other, this different membership types. We had one more class, which was membership manager. So this class was for creating new memberships, changing membership types. If somebody wants to change membership from, let's say, annual member to lifetime member or temporary to lifetime member, or somebody has to cancel the membership, right? So we had this membership manager. It had this one method called as create membership, right? And it will have some argument called as type. So based on this type, we wrote some code like this. If member M, and let's say if type equal to lifetime, we'll say M equal to new lifetime member. Else if type equal to annual, we'll have M equal to new annual member. Else, because only one is left, M equal to new temporary member. We have created the member, then we'll follow up with member.register, register the member in the system, right? And then member.notify, notify the member via email or something that your membership has been created. This was the way we were managing the memberships. And then obviously this had few more methods such as update membership, delete membership, and things like that. Now there is some problem in this code. Do you remember this design principle? Separate the code which is changing from the code which is not changing, right? So in this create membership function, what is likely to change? So we have written this if-else logic, if-else ladder. If type equal to this, instantiate object of this class. If type equal to that, instantiate object of that class, and things like that. Imagine if tomorrow we decide to introduce a new kind of member, let's say quarterly member, which will be for 3 months duration, right? So we'll have to add a line of code here, if else if type equal to quarterly, right? Or remove one kind of member. We decide to remove temporary membership or annual membership. So we'll have to alter this code. So in this create membership function, This portion is subject to change. This portion can change. Whereas registering member into the system and notifying the member are not going to change more or less. They will remain constant. So what we are supposed to do by following object-oriented design principle is that we should take this out. The portion which is most likely to change, we will take this out and we'll encapsulate it. We'll create a class. This will be called as member factory, and it will have one method called as create member. So this will return member. Return type will be member and method name is create member, and it will have some type argument, right? And this entire piece of code will move here, return m, right? So we have shifted this logic in this class. We are encapsulated that. You can declare this method as static, right? So in that case, if I make it as static, I can say m equal to member factory class name dot create member, and I'll have to pass the type parameter. This will create the member and that will be saved in m, and then we'll have this code m.register and m.notify. So we move this instantiation logic where we don't know which specific kind of object, which specific kind of member we want to create. We move that logic into a class. So it is not the responsibility of membership manager to instantiate object for member type, right? So we moved that into member factory class. This type of classes whose purpose is to carry out the responsibility of generating specific type of objects based on certain condition are called as factory classes, or simply factory. This is not a design pattern. It's more like a programmatic term or programming term, factory. Whenever you are in the middle of discussion and somebody says, let's create a factory of it. So that will mean that it will be a class whose purpose will be to generate a specific kind of object for a super type, right? Like this, based on certain conditions. So this is a factory class. And this method, which is actually doing that job of instantiating a specific type for a super type, this kind of methods are called as factory methods. So this is our factory and this is our factory method inside it. Something which changes, extract it out, create a component. So that is a basic design principle. And maybe you need this factory in more than one application sometimes. This is a very business specific case in Tennis Complex. But usually think about language frameworks. I'm sure you must have seen certain factory classes while you are using Java programming, right? There are certain, so this is factory method. This, in this case, it will be called as product, the specific super type, right? And these are called as concrete products. And this, the class which is consuming the factory, is called as client of the factory. Client of the factory, factory method, product for which factory is supposed to create the specific types is called as product. And these are called as concrete products, the specific types. So these are concrete products. So these are the terminologies regarding factory. As I said earlier, this is not a design pattern. These are terminologies. But why did we learn this then? Because factory is used, factory and factory methods are used to define certain design patterns. And we are going to discuss one right now, right away. So let's do that. So the Tennis Complex business was going good. You know, we had more members and I got to go into few tennis tournaments in our country in order to learn more about tennis. So in one such tournament in New Delhi, so I happened to meet this one tennis player, some Federer. His surname was Federer. I don't remember his name much, right? So he was a tennis player from some European country, right? So we were talking, and I told him about this amazing web application that I had created for this Mumbai-based tennis club. So he said, he also knows certain tennis clubs which are who are looking for this kind of online booking systems. So I was like, okay, yeah. So we talked more about it. Yeah, he had a lot of time, so I had some time. So we started talking about it. I came to know that even those clubs in London and New York had annual members, lifetime members, and temporary members. So I was like, wow, I don't have to reinvent the wheel. I already have the code ready. And yeah, I mean, I'll just get the business agreements done and here we go. But then I asked him, what is the membership fee for that London-based club for lifetime membership? I don't even remember what figure he said, but it was pretty huge, right? Yeah, it was nothing like what we do in Mumbai. Also, I understood that the policies for the membership were a whole lot different than the policies that we implement here. The duration of membership was also different. So there were quite a few changes in this membership implementations. So I was like, okay, yeah. So I will have to write some code. We'll have to develop something. Fine, So I told this Federer fella that, okay, get me in touch with this USTA and All England club, whoever they are. And if they are interested, we'll develop for them. Yeah, so business meetings, business call happened and we got the contract. Nice. We understood that our existing code is not sufficient to be used for London centers and New York centers. There was some code which we could reuse. For example, what was not changing in membership types was there were 3 types, right? Annual, lifetime, and temporary. The personal info that needed for creating each membership was same. First name, last name, email, contact, address, right? Notification was same. We will notify members via email. So that was same. Registering the newly created members into database was same. So these 3-4 things were the common things. And what was changing, as I said, was policies, membership duration, membership fees, and the discount offered by. So for developing this, for franchising our application into this USTA and London center, we used factory method pattern. So what is this factory method pattern? So I'm going to draw the class diagram for it, how we implemented it, and then we'll briefly discuss. So it will be abstract class because there will be specific types. Member has methods like register into system, right? Then it has methods like notify via email. These are concrete methods, right? These are common behavior. Save personal info. And now, remember we already had our specific types for Mumbai center, right? We had lifetime, we had annual, right? And we had temporary. Yeah, temporary has no space, right? Cool. So we already had these 3 specific types. So remember this, do you remember this design principle, solid principle? Open for extension, closed for modification. So we didn't want to disrupt our Mumbai operations. Mumbai operations were going just fine, right? So instead what we decided to do, we decided to create new specific types for our London and New York centers. So we created New York lifetime members, right? New York annual members, New York temporary members. Similarly, we created London lifetime member, London annual member, London temporary member, right? So as I said, the changes were membership types, membership duration was different for New York lifetime, London lifetime, and Mumbai lifetime, the original one. Membership policies were different for NY lifetime and this. So there were changes. So we ended up creating, first we had 3 specific types for member. Now we had 9, right? So all of there were, but there was some common code. register, notifying, save personal information. So that they're all inheriting from this member abstract class, right? Cool. So this is not how you are supposed to draw class diagram. This, this kind of arrows, but you know how much space I'm dealing with. Okay, cool. The product side of it. This is our actual product, right? And these are our concrete products. Now you remember we had this one membership manager class in our Mumbai operations. So that we'll keep it as it is, right? But now we'll make it abstract. So this class name is membership manager, right? We'll make it abstract and we'll have create membership method. It has an argument type. This create membership method is a concrete method. So I'll say, so it will have one member, m equal to create member. So this will be a factory method which will require type, right? And then m dot register, m dot notify, and let's say m dot personal info, whatever, right? The common code. And this membership manager abstract class will have an abstract method which will return member. This method name is called as create member, which will require an argument type. This is an abstract method. This is actually our factory method. You remember what is factory method, right? We just discussed that. So this is the factory method. So this is our abstract client now, who is going to consume the product, right? It has one concrete method, and that concrete method is going to call one abstract method, that is create member, right? So now, see, this membership manager has become abstract because it has one abstract method. And now we'll have 3 separate membership managers because we have 3 centers instead of 1. One membership manager is Mumbai. So let's say Mumbai membership manager, right? Then we have New York membership manager. And then we have London membership manager. So earlier we had only one membership manager because we had only one center. Now we have 3 concrete membership managers. They are all inheriting from one abstract membership manager, right? And because there's one abstract method create member, these will have to provide the implementation. So we'll say member create member, right? And it will have type. Here for Mumbai membership manager, right? Here you remember, so what it will do is, this is nothing but a factory method for Mumbai membership manager. So this will have same logic. If type equal to lifetime, right? M equal to new now. It will create lifetime, the Mumbai one, new lifetime member, right? Else M equal to new temporary member. Do you remember? These are our original classes, the 3 ones, right? So this factory method will create specific types for Mumbai members, right? Mumbai annual, lifetime, and temporary. New York membership manager, similarly, it will also provide the implementation for create member method, right? So create member, it will also have type argument, and it will say member M if type equal to lifetime. But here it will create M equal to new New York lifetime member. Correct? Else M equal to New York temporary member. Right? Similarly, in the London membership manager will also implement the factory method. Member, create member, and we'll have if type equal to lifetime, right? M equal to New London lifetime member. Correct? Else M equal to New London temporary member. Correct? Return M. And obviously this membership managers, the concrete membership managers, will also have their own methods like policy and all those things, right? Exactly. Yeah. But this is pretty much how we will franchise our operations, how we will implement the same booking system now for our Mumbai, New York, and London centers. This was one use case of creating memberships, right? So this is how we will design it. And this is called as factory method pattern. So in this pattern, you have a product. This is a product, right? You have concrete products. So this is the abstract class. And these are the concrete implementations. In this, you can see a trend. There is family of concrete types, right? Like New York family of concrete types. London family of concrete types, Mumbai family of concrete types, right? So that is one thing. Now this is one part of the equation. Another part of the equation is this one abstract client. There is one abstract client. This sets the standard. So when any business starts having franchisees over a large region or across continents, the most important thing is to maintain the standards from the original business, right? Because the original business was a success, it could have franchises. But for franchises to have the same success, they must retain a certain standard from the original business. So that's basic standard, that basic process will remain in your abstract client here, membership manager, it's an abstract class. This abstract client will have one concrete method, create membership, right? That's the standard, that's a fixed standard. But then if everything is set, then franchises will not have any area to maneuver. Franchises will also need some freedom of operation, right? They would like to implement certain things differently. So that different way of implementation by different franchises is here in this factory method, create member. So your concrete method in your abstract client will require a factory method for its operation, right? And that factory method implementation will be given separately or differently by different client classes. So these are your different managers, right? So they will provide the implementation for this create member. So your abstract client will have one concrete method and one abstract factory method, right? That concrete method will require this abstract factory method to get the product. They get a specific type of product. And then that product will follow standard regulations, right? And so what is the advantage by doing it this way, right? So advantage is we have retained certain standard, we have retained certain common code. For example, registering the new user in the system, common code, notifying the user via email, common code. But we have given some leeway to the franchises in the sense that we have created specific types keeping in mind the franchises. So we have New York lifetime, New York annual, New York temporary, London lifetime, London annual, London temporary. They will have their own different logic, like membership durations will be different, membership policies will be different, discount offers will be different. So that difference will be here, right? And to manage these different operations at different positions, we'll have concrete clients. Abstract client will have common behaviors, international standard, right? And concrete clients will use this regionalized concrete products for providing the specialized services in those regions, right? Now the great thing about this is that this abstract client is decoupled from this concrete clients, right? So we can tomorrow add a new franchise, right? What we have to do is we have to create a new products for that franchise according to the regional requirements. Let's say tomorrow we'll create